The time is here. Gemini, the twins, rising sign ascendant, 2024 insights and predictions. Yeah, well, hey, listen, Jupiter's coming into your ascendant on May 25th. So this is going to be your time, right? Some blessings, some knowledge, being more philosophical, sharing your insights, and maybe some fortune and abundance and luck coming your way, right? For your I am energy, the self. And there's some things going on with the friends and groups and hopes and dreams, right? With the Aries, North Node, and 11th house. So let's break it down. Gemini, the twins, rising sign ascendant. Then you could look at your sun and your moon, but we're basing the insights and predictions for the Gemini rising. Okay? Happy New Year, Gemini. I got a sun with this placement. Bigeastrology.
Yo, Big E Astrology! Back continuing my Rising Signs series for insights and predictions of 2024. And this evening we're talking about Gemini the twins, the mutable air sign, Gemini rising. You can also look at your sun and moon, but I would look at the rising sign ascendant first, okay? So we'll get to the charts. So what's on the agenda for you this year? Well, you got a lot of different things. In November, you got Venus in your 7th house in Sagittarius. There's like 3 Mercury retrogrades, April, and then the Aries, and then the Leo Virgo, and then the end of the year in December. We also have a lot of twice Jupiter will square Saturn once it gets to your ascendant in Gemini. May 25th, Jupiter will enter your ascendant, making June on until next June, or the end of May, really a great time for your self-expression, your creativity, bringing you fortune and luck through your communications, through your hands, your energy, just how you mentally and physically initiate. Obviously, with the Aries North Node, and we've got the lunar and solar eclipse and a total solar eclipse on April 8th, lunar on March 25th, that 11th and 5th house access would be a big deal. And there could be a lot of things for you, Gemini, around your friends groups, trying to really initiate over the internet and with your social network and groups, maybe philanthropic or nonprofit work this year, or studying to become a professional astrologer, taking my level 2 course in early March. You also are going to have late on January 20th, really like the 21st, Pluto entering back into Aquarius again in your 9th house. So this could really highlight some transformation with your father's teachings, your own beliefs and philosophies, maybe a pilgrimage, taking a long vacation, a second marriage, okay, for Gemini risings. Or really, maybe it's time that you start publishing a book, especially if you're 44 or 56 years old, could really highlight that. Now, obviously, it's going to retrograde back and will enter again on November 19th for the next 20 years in your 9th house. And so when it goes from September to November 19th back into Capricorn in your 8th house, there'll be some things around the occult knowledge, around your marriage or soul merging, the in-laws, or things that are more intimate and private, and also resources. And if you're married, combine resources that need to kind of still be purged and cleansed out. Okay, so there's a lot on the plate. I think overall this is going to be a great year for you. The Jupiter-Uranus energy, obviously in your 12th house, definitely. This is where, Gemini, you can not only do some deep writing and creativity in isolation, but bring out some of your hidden talents of the Taurus energy. And maybe that could be getting into fashion or some sort of investing in foreign lands with crypto or things like that. But also doing the work for your subconscious and unconscious mind, starting a dream book, and you're going to have Venus there, I believe, in the April, May. And so there's just a lot of fascinating energy coming up for you this year. So let's go to the chart, Gemini rising, and explore some more and look at the energy as you enter in January 1st, 2024 for the Gemini twins. I have a sun with displacement, so I know the Gemini rising sign well, and I got a Gemini, a sun with a Gemini sun sign, sun and moon. So yeah, and Mercury is your chart ruler. So Mercury stations direct on January 1st in your seventh house. We'll talk about it. Let's look at the chart for Gemini rising sign ascendant 2024 insights and predictions. All right. So there you go. Looking at the whole chizzy. We're going to zoom in. Obviously, the Sagittarius, as we start the new year in the seventh house, you're really dealing with the Mercury direct, the Mars, the Venus. So I think that just like you're starting the year, and then I believe towards the end of November, I think it's around the 19th, Venus will be back in there. So, with the Mercury stationing direct, this can really help you even in some contracts or negotiations. Maybe you're moving into a new apartment or doing a new investment in January. And obviously with the Mars and Sagittarius, just avoid any, arguments or, sort of verbal jousting with your partner, whether it's relationships, marriage, or even a business partner. Just be mindful of that. Looking around at the chart, obviously the Libra South Node, like we spoke about on the lunar eclipse on March 25th, that's going to, highlight some sort of creative endeavors, that self-expression. Could be a new romantic partner, but something that may feel karmically fated. It could even be someone that you dated in the past coming up. You're dealing with the moon and Juno and Virgo in the fourth house on the new year, but that energy, the moon switches sign every 2.5 days, but you're starting off kind of like grounded in your emotional mind, trusting your intuition and your instincts, being very precise, like what am I going to do? Right? As a Gemini, and you're thinking of the Mercury, even though the chart ruler's in Sagittarius, right, where it's debilitated, you definitely, that Virgo, Moon, Juno, and Lilith, there's something about your hometown, your, homeland, where you want to check into the root chakra and be mindful of what you're eating. And hey, Gemini, maybe a Virgo Sun Moon rising could be on the agenda for you as well this year. But just remember, May 25th, things will change. There's going to be so much abundance, and not like it's bad in your 12th house in Taurus, Jupiter and Uranus there. And we will have some, Mars-Uranus conjunction, Venus-Uranus conjunction with Jupiter coming up in the spring. But I think this is a year where Gemini, you have got to be willing to share your knowledge, your creative gifts. One thing I love about Gemini, I call you with the term of endearment, please don't get offended, verbal sluts. And I mean in the greatest way, because what I admire, whether it's Gemini, Sun, Moon, rising, your willingness to get input and insight from anyone, everywhere, anywhere. You'll talk to the homeless person, the bus driver, the, pharmacy person, the bank, the cleaners, social media, and you're constantly sharing knowledge, but you're getting the quick little X like comments, like 280 characters. You're getting the input constantly, and you're so you have so much vast knowledge. Now you may not go in depth on every subject, Gemini. I'm not criticizing you, but you have a lot of knowledge at your fingertips. And so you will definitely experience the Jupiter-Saturn square twice this year. So try not to let the career restrict some of your own philosophies or ideologies or beliefs or opportunities. You know what I mean? But at the same time, listen, you have to set healthy boundaries at work. So maybe you're telling the people at work to get out of my business, you know. Obviously, with these groups in the Aries North Node, there can be some opportunities where you are networking and moving up the ladder, whether it's political or over the internet or taking astrology classes or researching, investigating aliens or writing about them. The Aries North Node will get you to be brave and courageous this year. Remember, it's there to January 11, 2025. So you have it all year. So this also can maybe allow you to speak your truth or assert or initiate yourself, Gemini risings, with your older siblings, but definitely, get you involved in groups and organizations where you maybe become the leader, doing something that's kind of innovative, brave, and courageous, and opportunities to heal the inner child, the Chiron wound, maybe even a group therapy or group class. I think definitely, obviously, Saturn and Neptune will be in your 10th house all year. So the spiritual disciplines at play, but also being willing to share your spiritual gifts and your creativity in public or at the workplace. Like we said, the Pluto's going to be here. The part of fortune starting here for you. So this will be kind of interesting going into the year. Are you traveling? Are you taking new classes? Are you teaching any classes? Do you feel like you're sort of purging old beliefs and ideologies and maybe getting more into esoteric knowledge and wanting to write about it or teach about it? Obviously the Pluto in the 8th house, and we're starting off with the sun there, Capricorn season. There's going to be an energy of really trying to kind of investigate some psychological stuff, and so just be open to that and realize when it retrogrades back in September to November 19th, it's the final time that it will ever be in your 8th house. And it may feel like a relief, but at the same time, it can, maybe just bring some opportunities to increase your resources or your partner's resources, right? I mean, we look in the Cancer, opposite house, second house, nothing really there. But, overall, this is going to be a great time for you, a great year. May 25th, so you'll have the Jupiter and the new moon entering there in early June. I'm not sure the exact date, but you'll have the Gemini new moon conjunct Jupiter along with the sun. So yeah, June is going to be bigly for you Gemini risings, and you're going to be lit up in a very dynamic, powerful way. Now, we will have September 17th, the out of sign eclipse, partial, in Pisces Virgo, and then October 2nd, Aries Libra again for the Libra solar eclipse. Okay, so the lunar will be Pisces Virgo September 25th, and September 17th for that Pisces full moon. Okay, and then the Aries, there'll be the Pisces full moon and the Virgo sun at 17 and 17. So that's going to be in the 4th and 10th house. So that should really, maybe set up some transformations for you for home and work life, and maybe even light up some opportunities for you to do or create some work from home situations. But I think this is going to be a beneficial year where you need to creatively express yourself, speak your truth. There could be some, things around your aesthetic beauty and what you create and your hobbies. And it could be even making some, jewelry or selling something in the Etsy store. Even, maybe winning some sort of scratch off a lottery ticket, and maybe some sort of partner that you meet. Could be a Libra sun, moon, rising. Definitely the Sag energy, sun, moon, rising, but it just could be based on your individual chart. You want to look at the Jupiter, the Venus, the Juno, And obviously the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, 7th house for you Geminis, that's the lens that you want to look at. And you could always email me, bigeastrology@gmail.com, or book it on my website, bigeastrology.com. A mini love chart reading is only $53. And you could even do synastry compatibilities if you're already in a relationship. So Gemini rising sign twins, this is it's your turn. Jupiter on the ascendant. I mean, listen, starting May 25th, you're going to take off. This is going to be your year, Gemini rising. So enjoy it, and don't let the squares to Saturn, bother you. They're gonna be what they're gonna be. But remember, squares are opportunities for growth. So practice the spiritual rituals and routines, 15 to 30 minutes a day, meditation, breath work, and healthy boundaries. No energy vampires. Come on, Gemini, you got Jupiter with you. You got to rock and do your thing and not worry about what the others are doing. All right? So, Biggie Astrology, 2024 insight and predictions for Gemini, the twins. Pew. Yeah, Gemini. So, listen, mutable air sign. And I hope I hear from you, Geminis, when Gemini season comes up, or anytime. But, obviously, I do my birth chart sale when it comes your birthday, May through June, and it'll be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Risings. But if you want to book any services, this is a great time with the holiday sale going on to January 1st, midnight 2024. It can be a natal, solar return, or secondary progression chart live over Zoom, only $99, and the audio $70. Or if you want to learn about the moon through your whole chart, my moon tracking service, $134, along with a free audio transit worth $44 of current and future transits. So Gemini rising signs, suns and moons, happy New Year 2024. Definitely expect some growth. I would start a dream book. I would definitely, think about being the leader of your social or friend groups and initiating learning or teaching on the internet, maybe a vacation. Definitely speaking your truth and creatively expressing yourself this year. And obviously October or November, some opportunities for potentially some karmic or fated relationships or love. So Gemini rising sign ascendant 2024. Do you want some more? Have a good one. And I hope I see you January 20th, 11 a.m. Eastern, 2 hours over Zoom, looking at the eclipse of March 25th and April 8th, the great total solar American eclipse. At Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric, 2 hours, $20. So just email me directly if you want to come to that. You can pay on Cash App or PayPal, but email me, bigeastrology@gmail.com. Gemini, I hope you have a wonderful 2024. Gemini the twins, insights and predictions for 2024. Happy New Year, Gemini. Rising. Peace.